I'm going to talk about Node.js. First of all, I will ask a couple of questions. Have you heard about Node.js? Did you use Node.js in production? No? Any PHP user? Any C Sharp? Any Java? Any JavaScript? That's cool. That's cool. But let's talk about little bit about me. I am Heather Malik. I'm a full stack JavaScript developer and instructor. Actually, I'm the founder of this company. Most of the time, I provide technical training to the developers. You can also reach me on Twitter, or here's my email, heather@fullstackhour. Why you should listen to me? I am Node.js trainer. I also have courses on Udemy. I'm currently teaching Happy.js, Sails, Loopback. These are all frameworks in Node.js. So what exactly is Node? Node is a JavaScript runtime. What do I mean by JavaScript runtime? JavaScript runs on the server. So I think you guys have used JavaScript on the browser. Now you can use the JavaScript on the server. So it is built on the top of Google Chrome V8 engine. V8 is a program running inside your browser. I will also show you how JavaScript runs on the server. So why you should learn Node? Who uses Node.js? Some of the highly companies are using Node in production. Have you used Uber? How many of you? So you are all using Node.js in production. So Microsoft is a big fish here. And LinkedIn is also using Node. Node, in most of the time, you write code in asynchronous way. Node is basically asynchronous programming. First of all, let's talk about what is synchronous programming and what is asynchronous programming. I have a couple of code from the PHP. Here you go, in the first line, you are going to read the file. Let's imagine it takes 3 seconds or 3 minutes. In the line number 2, you have to wait until the file is open. That's the blocking here. In the line number 3, you are going to read the contents of the file. Let's imagine it takes 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Here is the blocking. You have to wait. Every user has to wait. So that's blocking here. How Node solves this problem? Let's talk about Node. Most of the time you work with callbacks. Have you heard about callbacks? Any JavaScript user? If you know JavaScript, you can play around with Node.js very easily because JavaScript runs on the server. So in the line number 1, I have provided the path of the file, and the second argument is callback function. This is anonymous callback function. I'm telling to Node, please call my callback method when you finish the file reading process. And the line number 4, you will see that you will not block. Node will not block you. Your other lines of code will work. That's the main concept here. I will show you with the help of examples of live coding what is the difference between Node and other traditional programming languages. Some of the features of Node, why companies are using Node? Because Node is very fast. I will show you why Node is very fast, why you should learn Node. The main important point is here, Node is a single-threaded. Anyone used multi-threading in Java? Anyone? No? Yeah, that's it. So Node is built on the top of, basically they designed an event loop to run code in single-threaded. This is the reason behind why Node is very fast. And most of the time, Node does not buffer the data. It sends the data in the form of chunks. I told you they have embedded, Node.js guys have embedded the V8 program. V8 maintains an event loop. Event loop is designed to work in synchronous way, asynchronous way. Under the hood, V8 run your code in synchronous way. So single-threaded means event loop has designed to work in single-threaded way. Got it? So let's talk about how Node.js program work. You guys write the JavaScript. Okay. V8 will say, okay, I will write C++ against your JavaScript code. and under the hood, C++ will be converted into machine code. Guys, the most important point here is Node is written in C or C++. Node is not written in JavaScript. It's a C program. So where to use Node? If you have heavily dependent on IO bound applications, you can use Node is a perfect use case. And here is the example of data streaming application. Netflix is the perfect example of data streaming application. They provide live streamings or maybe movie stuff. Node is the perfect use case. And data intensive real time. LinkedIn has recently introduced a real time chat feature. So Node is a perfect use case for real time. If you have to build chat application, you must use Node.js in your next project. I'm telling you guys. And here is the Json APIs. You can build very highly scalable APIs. Recently, I was reading the article of Dubmesh. Any user, did you use Dubmesh? Okay. They have built the JSON Node.js. They have built the server side web server with Node.js. So where not to use Node? If you have a CPU intensive application like 3D rendering or 3D modeling, you don't need to use Node. You can choose any other languages like Python. I got the survey from the Stack Overflow. They said 62.5% uses Node.js. They are all professional developers. Developers asked a lot of questions on Node.js or JavaScript. So you must learn JavaScript if you want to work on latest technology. You should work on JavaScript. And here is the play big fish, Node.js. 47.1% used Node.js in 2017. So Node is the future of the web. Let's talk from the job point of view. The job market is growing and growing. In Pakistan, I think a lot of companies are going to use Node.js. When I started Node, no one was using Node.js. So you guys are lucky. You can get job very easily. So here is the theme of my talk. JavaScript runs everywhere. You can build full stack application, mean stack application, even there you can build desktop application. Facebook invented the React Native framework. They have built the Facebook Messenger with React Native. So you are using JavaScript in production. You can also build desktop application, Visual Studio Code editor built with JavaScript. Do you know about this Visual Studio Code editor? Yes. So actually, yeah, they used Electron framework. Under the hood, JavaScript runs. You can also build native applications with JavaScript, React Native framework. You can use that. So enough slides. I don't want to bore you. Let's write live coding. First of all, I'm going to run the JavaScript on the browser. Okay, I have opened the console. Let's do some math here. A is equals to 10 and B is equals to 20, A plus B. And let me do some JavaScript expression. And you can also create an object here. Oops, object A is equals to 1. Yes. Is it okay? No? How should I fix it? Right side? Mm-hmm. I think. I think. Hmm. That's that's problem. You let's create object here. Here I'm gonna access the property of the object. Oops, what's wrong? Yes, 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 yes. So here is JavaScript running inside the browser. Under the hood, V8 engine executing your code. I'm writing the JavaScript. V8 engine is going to execute the code in C++. Now I'm gonna run the JavaScript on the server side. That's the amazing part. I have already installed the node on my machine. Let me open the REPL here. Node is not like a GUI, graphical user interface. Most of the time you work with command line. Here, let's do some JavaScript. Oops, a is equals to 10. I'm gonna do some math here. A plus B is equals to B. So let me create an object here. Oops, I forgot. The main point is that you can run JavaScript on the server side. So, but there is a major big difference here on the browser side JavaScript and on the server side JavaScript. In the browser side JavaScript, you will have a window global object, window.a. I'm going to access, window is a global object here. But if you type on the server, there is no window object here. On the browser side, you will have the document global object. Okay, but on the server side, you don't have any document, but Node has a process global object. Here is a complete process is running. Here is a V8 jumbo mumbo stuff. V8 is a black mysterious V8 engine. And you will also have a global object. Here is my global variables, global.a, my global.obj object. So let's build here. This is the Node.js, folks. Node.js. This is the Node.js. JavaScript runs on the server. Let's build the web server in Node.js. I have created an empty directory. First of all, I'm going to create a server.js file. Here, I'm going to use plain ES JavaScript. I'm going to use require here. What did I do? I'm telling to Node, please give me the core HTTP module. I think C# you use using command to import external libraries. Any PHP user, how do you import external libraries? Yeah, okay. In Java user, I think you use import statement in Java. So there is a method here, http.createServer. If you are C# developer or Java developer, this syntax would out to you. What is that? I'm gonna pass a function inside a function. I'm gonna call the function, I'm gonna pass a function. It will take request and response. Here I'm telling to Node, when you finish the server creation process, please call my callback method. You can also write the name of the server, but I will take here anonymous function. Let's add the header for this request. The status 200. 200 means request has executed successfully. Now I'm going to set some header here. Content type. And I just want to send the simple plain text message. No fancy stuff here. Let me send the hello world. I'm going to add the body here. Hello world. What it will do, it will add the body and end the response. So how do you run the program in Node.js? What you need to do here, I opened the terminal here. Visual Studio Code has integrated terminal. You can use external terminal. but I like this one, node server.js. Hey node, please run my server.js. Oops. Aha. Okay. Nothing happens because I did not listen. I tell node, please listen on the port 3000. And here I'm going to log the simple message. Server is running at port 3000. Bam. Let's run that. Boom. Server is running. Now, you just need to write the 8 lines of code. No Apache server here, no Apache Ninjas. You don't need to do anything to build web server. So this is the magic of Node.js. Node has a built-in web server. So let's access this one. Okay. I'm going to send request from the curl HTTP. My server is listening on port 3000. I believe, let me add here n/run the server again. Cool. Aha, this is hello world. Let's go from the browser. Localhost colon 3000. Oops, I closed this one. Bam, here is a hello world. In this way, you can build web server with Node.js. Let's move forward. What is the major fundamental difference between Node and other traditional programming languages like PHP or Java? I'm going to call this set timeout method. Here, I'm going to telling to Node, please run my function after 2 seconds. Let me add the delay for 2 seconds. So I'm going to log this simple message. Hello. Here is the most interesting part. I will ask question from you. Any JavaScript developer here? Could you tell me the output of this program? Anyone? Aha, that's the major fundamental difference between Node and other traditional languages. Yeah. Now let's run the server. Node server.js. Aha, it is took world. Then it will wait for 2 minutes, I think. Then it will log. I was right. Yeah. Let's refactor it. World. Then hello. Now here, let me run some another code. Execute my other code. The node is telling you, okay, I am non-blocking. That's why people say node is non-blocking. You never ever block in Node.js. Node never stopped you. And let me execute the code here. I am non-blocking. Oops. Let's run again. Bam. World, I am non-blocking. Execute my other code. Then it took 2 seconds. What will happen with other programming languages? Let's take example from the PHP world. I'm going to use echo here. Hello. And I'm going to use sleep. I don't know how do you perform sleep in PHP, but world. Here, what PHP will do, it will run the hello, then it will wait for 2 seconds. Then it will run the world. Here is a major fundamental difference between Node and other traditional programming languages. Here you have to wait for 2 seconds. In other world, in Node.js, you don't need to wait. Node will say, I will not block you. Here is the blocking concept here. PHP will block you. Every user has to wait for 2 seconds. Let's take an example from the real world. You are looking for Uber driver. Some other guys are doing. So PHP will block you. You have to wait for 2 seconds. That's why Uber chose Node.js. it will then it will run the same output. World, I am non-blocking, then hello. Bam. Did you see that? World, I am non-blocking, execute my other code, and then hello. You can also take from, let's imagine this is a network request or my database call. It takes 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, or maybe here you have involved some heavily IO. So here is a major difference between Node and other languages. Let's move forward. Now I'm gonna build some interesting stuff, chat application with Node.js. I have already prepared a starter kit project for my chat application. Let's walk through the code. Here we have a package.json file. Here I will define all my dependencies. My project is dependent on 4 dependencies. These are all the third-party modules or third-party libraries. And any PHP user, could you tell me what package manager do you use? I think Composer? Yeah. Any C# user, could you tell me? Nugget, yeah. I was a Java developer. I think in Java, Maven, right? Okay, it will take time. Parents default. Working? Cool. So here we have package.json. Here I will define all my dependencies. My project is dependent on Express, Socket.io client side, backend Socket.io, server side Socket.io library. And here we have public folder. In this public folder, I have a JavaScript folder, and I created a jQuery.js. And here we have index.html file. I will use this index.html file for my front end. And here I'm going to use Socket.io client-side library. Here I have included the jQuery. And finally, we have server.js. Here in the top, I am going to include my libraries. Here we have Express framework. Express is a framework in Node.js. It provides templating, routing, and it serves HTML file. Here I created the instance of the Express application. And here we have HTTP module and the Socket.io. Basically, Socket.io is, you use Socket.io to build real-time application. What is a library in PHP? I don't know Socket. Any real-time application for building? If you want to build real-time application in Java or PHP, what library do you use? Do you know? It's similar to the Socket.io. Here we have middleware. App.use basically used to create a middleware. I'm telling to Express, please serve my static file from the public folder. Here we have simple routes. When you send requests from the local host 3000, this route will work. Let's run the application. My Webstorm editor, this is a Webstorm. I'm using Webstorm here. It has integrated terminal. So how do you run the Node project? This time I'm going to use Nodemon. Nodemon is a third-party package. If let me show you the magic of Nodemon. Nodemon. Oh, server is running on port 3000. If I will change anything, I don't need to restart the server again. My Nodemon will restart. Did you see that? That's the magic of Nodemon. So server is listening on port 3000. Let's go to the, here is the hello world. Now I need a file. I'm going to call rest.file. Here I need to provide the path for index.html. What I'm going to use, dir name basically is a global variable, and here we have index.html. Let's go to the localhost 3000. Here is the basic layout of my chat applications. It's not working yet. It's not working yet. I will show you how it will work. Oops. Now, what is the next step? Okay. Let's do some socket IO, event-driven programming. This is how you write event-driven programming in Node.js. I'm going to tell into Node, please register my listener for connection event. It's a callback method. It will take the socket. When any user has connected successfully, it will run this callback method, console.log. A user is connected. Let me add the ID of the user, socket.id. Okay. Let me connect that. I'm going to open this. Go localhost 3000. Did not print that. Okay. I did not add here socket. Var socket is equals to IO is a global. You will see that a user is connected. Someone has connected. Let's imagine someone has logged in. If you're using chat application, he has logged in. Now my server is printed. Okay. A user is connected successfully. What will happen if user has disconnected? I also have the event socket.on. Here you register the listener for the event. I'm gonna add disconnect. Please, when someone has disconnected, run this callback method. And here I'm gonna log the simple message, console.log. A user is disconnected. Connected, and here I'm going to provide the ID of the user. Cool. I'm going to close this one. You will see the message. A user is disconnected. The second user has disconnected. Let's move forward. I didn't implement that chat feature. I'm going to implement that. Get rid of this content. What I'm going to do, I'm going to copy some snippets. Okay. Here I'm going to use jQuery. Anyone used jQuery in project? That's it. So you will know I'm going to submit the form. When I click on the enter button or enter key or send button, this method will be called. Here I'm just emitting the chat message event. I did not create yet on the server.js. And here I have created a new listener for the chat message event. Let me create a new event, socket dot on chat message event. If someone has sent message from your mobile phone or browser, please call this callback method. It will take a message and I'm going to emit here. I'm going to broadcast this message to each user, to any user. If he has sent the message, all the users will receive this message. io.emit, the name of the event chat message. I will show you. I know you can't understand this code right now. I will show you how does this code work under the hood. And let's localhost colon 3000. Let me try to send the message. Bam! It's working now. Oops. Let's try from the another browser. I'm gonna send the message. Boom! We have built the chat application. It's working. If any user has sent the message, this message will be received to any user, to each user. You can also create a multiple localhost colon 3000. This message will be received to each user. Let's move forward. How does this work under the hood? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some advanced stuff here. Let me run the application in debug mode. I'm going to add some breakpoint here. Okay, my debugger project is running. I'm going to inspect the element. Let me put breakpoints. I'm going to add breakpoint also here. Okay, let me add here. I believe it has added to every browser, to each instance of the browser. Aha. Let me open that. Okay. Now I'm going to send the message from the front end. Any user is going to send the message, hello. Okay. What is wrong? Ah. It has stopped at my breakpoint. Now it is going to emit the event, chat message event. Here I have created the chat message event. Any user is going to send the message. My server will receive this message. It will broadcast this message to each user. Let's imagine you are all users. I am the server. He has sent me the message. What I will do, I'm the server. I will send his message to each user, to anyone. And let's start the execution. Aha, did you see that? Here I have message. Now I'm going to broadcast this message to each user. Let's start the execution. Now it is going to display the message on the user screen. You will see the hello message. Here we have hello message. Let's close this one. Here we have hello message. Here we have hello message. That's it. This is the magic of Node.js.